Hello and welcome to another instructional video, this time for the Sharp X68000 core on the MiSTer FPGA system. So we're going to show you how to get that set up. First thing you want to do is you want to go to this site here, which I'll post a link in the description. Get your pack in there, and then if you want the documentation, you'll have to download that, and then this will explain how to set it up. Um, it's a little bit tricky on this one. There are two different things. If you have an external scaler or are using the MiSTer, there are a couple of different options here. So you'll have to choose it up to you. I don't have an external scaler, so you're going to have to use the external scaler stuff if you have one. I will not be using that because I don't have them. There's explanations of some stuff of keyboard and mouse games and for English versus Japanese games. The Japanese ones are ones that like you have to know Japanese in order for to be able to use them. Where there are other games that you can play, they're all in Japanese. They're not in English, but you don't really need to know Japanese in order to play the games. And it does say that here. And there's a separation for keyboard and mouse games, just so that you know which ones are they in case you're not using a controller. Although I would recommend using keyboard and mouse for any of these computer cores. And there's an explanation on how you unpack the games. And then you put them in this folder. So these are the instructions. Make sure you read these. I'll put the link to the site. Read these before you do it, just in case they've been updated since you've seen this video, that sort of thing. There's also going to be a ReadMe file contained within there. And if there's an updated pack or something like that, there may be new instructions. I'm also going to try to get one of the unstable versions working so I can show you some of the games that are working in the unstable core that aren't working in the regular core. So let's begin. I have already got my copy of the files. So I'm going to show you how to transfer that over to the MiSTer using WinSCP. Okay, so here we have our MiSTer setup, username root, password is just the number 1, and I'm just going to connect here like this and see how it goes. All right, so it's gone up here, and I think we want media fat, which is where this is basically your root. It's not literally root, but this is sort of the root of what you'll see on the system when you're playing games and stuff on it. Okay, so we have these, and the instructions say to extract these two all into the same directory. So here's how we're going to do that. I have this, which is Windows. I've gone into the MiSTer Upscaler one, English main. In fact, I'll just go up here and show. So here's MiSTer Upscaler. This is the same folder that I have right here. Well, it's not exactly the same folder. It's English main. That part's the same folder. And we're going to go into here because I don't have, here's this, and I don't have um, an external upscaler. So I'm going to use the MiSTer Upscaler. If you have an external upscaler, you want to use that because there's special settings and configurations and stuff. I'm also going to copy this unstable one over, which I actually did a little bit earlier, but I'll just show you. It goes under unstable, and it's this one here. It's this file here. And I got this from this release unstable page. And this is the most recent unstable, which I have not tried this one before, so we're going to see how this works. Hopefully it'll do what I need it to do. Now, again, why you want unstable builds is sometimes there are ones that the most stable one, which is over here, they have updates and they're just not ready for prime time, so to speak. But for the most part, they work. You just obviously there's no support for it. It'll work or it won't, and you're kind of on your own. So you have this unstable one so I can test these new ones, and it's just as easy as copying these files. You just gotta find where to get it. You just drop it right there. That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's just as easy as copying your regular games over. Okay, so don't be afraid of doing it. Just drop it in this unstable folder. It's not gonna, for the most part, it won't burn your machine up. I've not had that happen, but if you're, if you don't, none of even the, even the regular ones aren't guaranteed to not do that. We just know from experience, so it should be fine. All right. So don't worry about that. If you want to get some of the latest and greatest stuff, you have to, you have to do this. I wouldn't just automatically necessarily go for it, but if you hear about an update, then you come here and grab that. Otherwise, just update all. Okay. So that's copied over, and we're gonna do this, and yeah, I'll link that. This is the main page, which shows you some keyboard layouts. Okay, that's going to be important because there are keys that don't exist on, most Western keyboards, and probably most modern keyboards. I think there's a few extra keys and things like that, so you're going to need that to help. There is a way to get to it from the MiSTer, I believe it says right here that you can launch it from there. We'll take a look at that and see if it works. And additionally, there's this cheat sheet. It doesn't have much, but it has a little bit. This is a post which I will link. This is Anonymous's cheat sheet post. This is a little bit old too, but it may gives you some extra information that you don't have other places. All right, so this is the latest one. This is the latest unstable build that we put in unstable. We still have the regular one under computer that came down for an update all, which is this one, 2024 524. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to, following the instructions here. This is in the Windows. So I have the MiSTer Upscaler. This is English. And I'm just going to do the main one. And we go like this. And there was a text file or something here. Yeah, so we don't want that. And then we right click here. I have 7-zip installed, so I can just do this. And I can just do extract here. Now it's extracting. It'll just take a few seconds. So it's dropping everything into this folder here. And you'll see these are the new folders that it says in the instructions, which I'm going to show you on this nice looking ReadMe. So pick the ones. The ones that have major bugs, minor bugs, I'm not going to worry about. Keyboard, mouse, I may do that later. There aren't so many, but you do them the same way. Okay. So you extract them in place like I just did, and you'll see these 3 folders. Okay. And then we copy those over to the SD card. So we're going to go back into here. We're going to do this. And it's going to drop this in the computer. It's going to drop the configs into the configs. And it's going to drop the games into the games. And it won't overwrite the stuff. It won't like erase your other games. Is how this is going to work. So right click this. We do upload. We give that OK. And I think this is going to take several minutes. I think it was about 8 minutes. So I'm going to pause and come back. Okay, that finished. And everything's copied over. Let's double check. This is copied SD card. Repeat this for every pack. So you would do it, the other twos exactly the same way. So I'm not going to repeat that. Here's the extended folder structure after the installation. So we'll just look at that. And it puts it all in here. See? All the little MGL files, all that fun stuff. All right. And we'll see how the launch games now. I think this is better than how I did it before. When I was doing it, installing it on my my primary one. This is a blank one that, or mostly blank. I've got a few things on it now that I've done some videos to try and do that. So I may have done that slightly incorrectly originally. Anyway, I'm going to cut over to that, and we'll take a look at it. Okay. Okay, and here we are back on the MiSTer. So I've set this up. This is going to be interesting because here's where the unstable one is I think these have controls where they go to the main one, so things may not work. There may be a different way that we have to launch things to get this to work because I think I did it a little bit differently when I set up my regular SD card. So this will be interesting, but we'll figure it out together. So what we're going to do is you go to computer. Here's where the games are, and I did add the keyboard and mouse ones during the break because I forgot that the one that I wanted to test that I know needs one of the newer cores that it does not work so well is this one, which is Kyuukyoku Tiger. So we're going to try that one. In fact, I'm going to try to fire it up right now and see what happens. I suspect it won't work properly. It's just doing its thing. It starts, but I think there's a problem with the keyboard settings because it's on this one. Yeah, this does not have the option to select the keyboard. Oh, wait, no, does not have the option to select the keyboard that I need in order to get into the game. So that's very interesting. All right, let's try this core. Let's try the unstable one. I think what I can do is I think I can load it. I think that's just loaded. Yeah. Yeah, keyword layout. And then you need the US alternate one. And what we're going to have to do is go here. It's probably in here. Yeah, there we go. We do it like that. And that way we can launch it from the unstable core. It looks like that does have the correct settings, so that's the one you want to get. That started up quite nice. Oh no, that's I think an error message actually. I can't read Japanese. I think I have to reset it for it to work. I have had that fail. You can see my other video where I actually do this specific game. Yeah, see now it's coming up okay. I wait till it gets to here, and then I believe it's F3. Let me just make sure. Yeah, US alternate. I think it was F3. I don't hear anything either, so that sound may be messed up. Although I don't think it starts until I do that. If the sound's not working, I'll have to restart this, try again, which is fine. Oh, no, there's the sound. Oh, right. I have to do it on the right keyboard. Silly me. There we go. F3. And it works. Or maybe not. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I will die very quickly on this anyway, so. controller, the same one I've had. It's a 8-bit Do Pro 2. Bomb. Alright, there we go. So I can shoot. The trick is basically memorize where the guys are going to come out, I guess. Speed up, I think. Oh no, shot. Oh, see, there I got. Well, I did. That's actually probably my best run. I did make it up to this area, but it took like 3 lives before. Ah, man, this is rough. You know, I'm not very good at it anyway, but so that's the L1 edge. Oh, wow. This off-screen bullets, man. I'm telling you. No, all right. So let's do this. I know the other one doesn't work because I can't select this keyboard. I believe. So, but we're gonna double check it. So that's how you do that. And then let's go to the computer, keyboard and mouse. Whoops. Kyuukyoku Tiger. And this one should launch the other core. So this is going to launch the latest stable core. But yeah, if you want to play this, don't be afraid. Just go ahead and download that one and throw it in your unstable. And see, well, you can't see it, but I am hitting F3 and nothing's happening because I don't have the option now to select the alternate keyboard. I don't know what other ones of these work. I'm not sure. I haven't messed with any of these really. Arkanoid probably record. Well, it does. It might record your mouse or something. I don't. Do I have a mouse hooked up? No, my mouse is not currently connected. I could connect it. Not a big deal. Let's just launch Asteroids. So most of these should work under the regular core anyway. So we're good with that. I just want to test one more, and I think that's about it. And I'll put all the links in the description. Yeah. So here's Asteroids. Well, I'm gonna. Yeah. It's actually pretty nice looking Asteroids. So that's that. I don't think there's anything else I need to do. Oh, let me just show you. There's where your IP is. It's on the information page. So if you want to look it up to do the setup. If you have any questions, let me know. Put them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Or if there's something really, there's the UFO. If there's something really out of the ordinary, or if I get something completely wrong, you know, I'll re-upload a video or something like that, or an addendum. But I think we're fine. I think this is everything that you need to do the setup. I've shown all the stuff. I'll put the links in the description and explain what that is. If anything's not obvious, just let me know. I did while I was paused. I think I explained this, but I'll say it again. I did copy over the keyboard ones, as you saw. I was loading that from the keyboard because the one game was in there that I wanted to test out because I wanted to see, you know, if it worked with that new core, which it does. That's great. So I need to update my regular one for that and set this up. And then you could do the ones that have major problems if you want, but they're not going to work very well. You won't get through the game or anything, but you can mess around with them. The minor problems, those might work fine. You know, you can install those and you do it exactly the same way. It's not that hard. It's just you got to follow the directions, do it correctly, and you know, don't be afraid of getting the unstable cores. And I'll have a few more maybe that where I show the unstable cores. Like maybe I think the Saturn still has some newer ones that have been worked on, and some of the other cores have some unstable stuff that I have that I can show you. But that I think is it for now. I hope this has been helpful. Um, leave a comment if you have anything interesting to say about it. You know, give the video a like, subscribe if you're interested. If not, don't. No big deal. But that'll be it till next time. Take care. And of course, I did forget one thing, so I'm going to try and show you that now. If you go to where is it? Oh, right. When you got to load up the core. So X68000. I'm gonna load here. Yeah, we'll load this one. This is gonna be loading not the unstable core. This is gonna be loading the latest stable core. And it said, I think from within here. Yes, you can view the help within here. Nope. No, it said, oh, because we're in this directory. Directory. So you actually want to load it from, yeah. 68K. There's the ReadMe, and you can load this. I don't think you can actually view the PDF from here. You might be able to if you install it there. If you go click there and download it. Let's see. But that's where the help is. I think you have to put it in there. I don't think there's any other folder. Let me see if I can put it in there and if it'll load up, because I want to know that. Okay, we're back. I've copied that over. And let's see, where was it? Under help, yes. Yeah, see, you can bring it up. So if you want to see it, you can bring it up within there. You can also go to, whoops, there we go. You can also go to outside the core. Let's see if I can play this a little bit though. Good time for this since it's October, huh? Oh, yep. I do love this game. Of course, it is very, very difficult, and it has that reputation, but that is what it is. I'm not good at it either. That's okay. I did beat the Genesis version because that's the easy one, and I had to use tons and tons of continues. All right, so let's get out of the core. Oops. I can't. Pressing the button to normally get out of the core, and it's not. All right. I hope I didn't change that. I'm accidentally hitting the buttons. Yeah, it's not letting me out. I wonder if, let's see. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Maybe? No. No, it is not. Well, let me be stuck then. Oh, it's probably because I went out. It's probably because I went into that help menu. It did something weird. And I don't have a reset here. Let me just reset. These are things that happen, so I'm kind of glad this happened because it shows you sometimes things happen. Now, I'm going to hit the reset button on the MiSTer itself. Reset. And we're back. And it's gonna get my controller to come up when it's, ready. There it is, connecting to the network. The MiSTer connecting to the network. All right, now this is up. Yep, boom. Now it's got the date, all the fun stuff. So let us go to, where's the help? The help. There's another help over here. I come over to here and look at that. And it's, I think it's because I did this while I was in the game. That wasn't even the unstable core either. And you come down here. All the way. I'm doing it the long way, but that's okay. I wonder why that has a separate directory there. That's weird. There, see, you can see it. All right. Yeah, it does that sometimes. All right. They may create that as a separate folder temporarily or something. Like, or if you go to help when you're in it, I don't know. Let's see, this is working now. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. That doesn't usually happen. But this isn't quite a completely finished course, so it could have something to do with that too. And I am playing. I'm duckified. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so bad at this. All right. I think that's it, though. I think for real, that is it. Why am I thinking there's one other thing that I wanted to check? Oh, yeah, I wanted to see about that thing. So let's... I don't know. I've done Bosconian. I know that one works.
Log all. Alive.
Ugh, I'm so bad.
Log all.
Alright, so that works.
Log all. Log all.
I don't know what happened with that doc. I'll take a look at that document folder. May have to delete it. Something got glitched or something. Actually, let me just check that right now. I have a way in here. Refresh that. You can't see what I'm doing though. Yeah. Maybe because I loaded the help in there. I'm gonna delete that directory though, because it bugs me. But it probably does it if you're in the game.
Log all.
Oh, it probably does it because I was in that core and it created it.
Alive.
Because it was a specially launched core. That's probably why it was that it did it. So that may create extraneous files for you a little bit. So probably don't do it that way if you have one of these special launcher ones. But otherwise, you're probably fine. So if I'd gone through here, it would probably have been fine. If I'd launched it this way. See, that's the one. It's from 2024. But that's it. I don't think there's anything else more that I need to show you. So again, I hope this was useful. And like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'll catch you later. Bye.